morning or good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Just gonna wait for some people to roll on in. It's Sunday. It's Grow Tent Rehab Week. I have been working on getting things back under control in Grow Tent. So that is what today's going to be all about, is fixing up all things that I've neglected while trying to manage other things in the Grow Tent. I'm here. What's up, everybody? Good morning. What's up, Pro Pyro? Happy Sunday. What's up, Corey? Happy Sunday. Bernie, happy Sunday. MF Clone. What's up, you guys? Today is back to work in the Grow Tent. There's a lot of shit to get done. I had yet another sleepless night. I'm struggling with my humidity. I let the humidifier run all day yesterday, and it is not working. So I don't know what the problem is, but I do have backup. Good morning, Main Dad. Happy Sunday to you all. Cheers. So yeah, the dehumidifier doesn't work. What's up, MK? Thank you so much for being here. It is a 20 by 10 grow tent. So it's 200 square feet. And it is more like a room rather than a tent, that's for sure. So yeah, last week was a challenging week, as you guys know. A lot of issues going on in the grow tent. So I got a dehumidifier to manage the environment. Let it run all day yesterday. Confirmed it does not work. So right after this live, I'm gonna go pick up a dehumidifier from a friend of mine on the street, and hers is like brand new, so there's no reason why it won't work. And until then, I actually increase the air conditioning in my house, because the more the AC runs, the drier the air is, and it kind of pulls the humidity from the tent. And so that is the plan. And until I get some other fans, I found, I don't know, it's like an old fan that I've never even used. It's from Walmart. It's actually pretty strong. So I just set it up here to face the tomatoes. The tomatoes have been getting kind of out of control, and so that's where I'm really nervous that next issue might occur, is within the tomatoes. There's a lot of foliage, and because the humidity is very high, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. So this morning the humidity was at 72%. That is like breeding ground for disease. And so I pruned everything this morning. I pruned all the tomatoes and stuff, but now humidity has reduced or gone back down to 56%, which is still high. My goal or target humidity is 50%. So by the end of today, I will get it to that point, and you know, after we move some things around and fix things up in the buckets and spread things out after the loss that we had last week, things are going to be looking a lot better and be in much better condition. So I'm excited. Thank you so much, Kay. I really appreciate you. Do you mind telling us where you have the tent set up? I just started following your channel. First of all, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Second of all, the tent is in my basement. So really hard. I don't have a proper room, and so it's very difficult to manage the environment and get myself dialed in. I was there for a little bit, and then I lost sight of, or I lost control, and so now I'm just trying to regain control of all the environmental factors so that I can make my garden thrive. And so, being that it's in a basement, cranking the AC helps sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna take you guys on the little tent tour, show you all the pruning I did on the tomatoes. Honestly, the Wickershire, I think you plan out your lines, like your first line, your first comment, and you make it count. Because you always make me laugh. No, not, yes, it is flesh-colored shirt. Yeah, that's hilarious. You always make me laugh. I do sit here and rot. Well, at least you get to do it while making other people laugh. But honestly, you make me laugh so hard. So yesterday, I tuned in, so at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, every Saturday and Sunday, the Urban Gardener does a live stream. And he is awesome. He has different types of gardeners come on every weekend, and they talk about all kinds of stuff pertaining to gardening, plants, all kinds of stuff. And so, yes, Enoch, and that's his name, Enoch. And yesterday I was in the chat, and he was saying how he enjoys growing peppers. That's like his specialty. And so I said, oh, in the chat, then you have to try the Chinese 5-color pepper. And then the Wickershire's no, because I said, you have to try the Chinese 5-color pepper. It's my favorite plant right now. They're awesome. The Wickershire said, yeah, that's because it's the only epic, or the only plant that's doing epic in your garden right now. And I was dying of laughter. Honestly, that literally made me laugh out loud. That was hilarious. But yeah, you're funny. Thank you. What's up, Rethink? Good morning. Thank you for being here. How's everybody's weekend going? I hope you guys are having a really good weekend. I am definitely in better spirit than I was last week. That was a tough week, and I'm just ready to move forward and move on, which is now I'm really taking the environment very, very seriously. Check your ass right under the bus. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It's character building, so I love that. So yeah, guys, I'll take you on a tent tour, show you what's going on. We got rid of our cucumber plant yesterday, unfortunately. Just to be safe, on the safe side. I've got one tomato plant back there that's looking kind of wilted, so we're gonna have to assess, see what's going on with that. So today's kind of just gonna be the types of things that I do alone in the grow tent. I walk around and I literally just, oh, gotta do that. Oh, gotta do this. So yesterday we gave our pepper plants a trim, which I'm new to doing, and I gave them a little root rinse because I didn't have proper root health in the beginning of this run. And so, or sorry, I didn't have proper practices in the beginning of this run, which affected the root health drastically. And so yesterday was kind of trying to get the roots back under control, get all the root rot trimmed and out, and get them back in the bucket. So I finished that yesterday. After I got off the live, I continued it. And so that's done for today. So we're gonna move on, and while we do the tent tour, I'll kind of just assess the things that need to get done. The first thing that we're for sure gonna do is 2 pepper plants. Main dad said mine's going okay, but at work, when I get out meeting my kids at the fair. That's so nice. Main dad, are you a chef or what do you do for a living? Because you keep talking about food and cooking and work in the same sentences, and I'm really interested to know also if you've got any recipes, share with the class. MK says, I want to buy a small grow tent for my spring seeds starting this winter. That's a great idea. Do I need a humidifier or other equipment to keep the humidity down? Still learning about this grow tent. So the thing is, when your seedlings or plants are in a vegetative state, the humidity can be higher than when they're in a flowering state. So for me, my plants normally, when they're seedling to just vegetative state, 60 to 70% is appropriate. I know it might seem high, but it is appropriate. And then when they start to enter their flowering stage, the humidity's got to decrease almost to about like 40, 45%, between 40 and 50% is kind of, for me, what I feel like my target should be. So I definitely think that, I don't know if you'll need a humidifier because, you know, the plants transpire and it gives a lot of humidity off. So it depends on how many plants you're starting, the size of the grow tent, what lights you're using. You know, when you start off your seeds, you typically use a humidity dome, and so that will take care of the humidity for you. But as soon as the seeds sprout, that's when you've got to introduce oxygen. And so it's a fine between keeping the humidity dome on and cracked while maintaining humidity, but also not suffocating your plants and allowing some airflow and oxygen. So for me, it takes practice. I still haven't figured it out. I kill my seedlings all the time when I start from seed, but you'll figure it out. I'm sure you'll do great, and it's a great way to get started. I started all my flowers. I have a cut flower every year outdoors, and I started all my seedlings in the aeroponic system indoors, and because I live in Ontario, Canada, it was perfect. I was able to get a head start on the summer season, which everyone's looking to do these days. So that was really, really awesome. So good for you. Happy growing. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can always reach out within the YouTube community. If you go to my page, it says visit community. You can post whatever you want. So if you guys have questions or whatever, feel free to post there and I will get back to you ASAP. Bernie says, share some recipes. I'm a horrible cook. I made my family eat raw veggies. Hey, Bernie, at least that's better than processed food. So good on ya. But yes, main dad, you should totally share. What an admirable job. You get to, you know, make people happy through food. And that's probably one of the best ways to make me happy. So that's awesome. So I guess we should get to it. I'm trying to think. I don't know, now it's a bit cold in here. I'm like, is it too cold in here? I will at some point. It's getting busy, so I will just be listening. No pressure, main dad, no pressure at all. Just glad you're here. We're all thankful for you. Hope you have a easy day at work. All right, so right before I take you guys on a tent tour, I'm just gonna add in some nutrients to the first and second bucket systems. I'm gonna check the ppm again and the pH because I had some issues yesterday. So you guys are coming with me, and then we'll do our tent tour. Put you guys here. Wow, no wonder I'm having issues. My pH is like way too. have to add in some more nutrients. Now, I know it's cheating. Can we do every damn type of lettuce we can find? Oh my gosh. Yeah, actually, I could do that. I could, like, reset the tent, and then, because lettuce doesn't really bring diseases, they're so not susceptible to things, that I could actually, when I'm done this run, reset the tent and just do lettuce for sure. The only thing is, again, like, I gotta justify the cost of this tent, and the goal is actually to eliminate the grocery store. And by growing lettuce, I'm not, like, only lettuce, I'm not just, you know, eliminating the grocery store. Because I still have to get, like, tomatoes, peppers, herbs, so I feel like I would still have to grow some other stuff. But I can do all towers with just all lettuce. All right, I'm just gonna check my ppm now before I added nutrients. It's gonna kind of give me an idea, I think, how much more I should add. I've been really behind on my nutrients. For those of you that are just joining, challenges with my aeroponic Dutch bucket system with the watering. So I've been in, like, survival mode the last week, just kind of adding water to the res just to make sure the plants get water. And I haven't done a great job of adding nutrients because I had pressure issues and the water wasn't circulating in the system properly. And if I were to add, for example, CalMag, and the water doesn't circulate properly, and then, you know, the next morning I add my bloom or my grow or whatever my plants are on, if the water's sitting in the res and not circulating, it's going to lock out the nutrients. So I need to make sure things circulate properly when nutrients, and then once they do, I'm just, you know, checking in to make sure I don't add too much, because I'm so behind. There was, like, I must have added like 50 liters total into this system with no nutrients. They're in flowering stage, so it's not good. All right, I'm still having a watering issue. Ugh, this is so frustrating. You know what it is? The fertilizer that I'm using is causing a lot of debris in the system, and it's making it really challenging. Okay, before we get to work, I'm going to add in the nutrients just yet, because I'm going to, after I get off this live, I've got to make sure that all the nozzles are watering correctly, and then I'll go ahead and add in my nutrients. So first, got to put my glasses on. We're going under the light, but yeah, let's do it. I'm going to show you what we've got growing on. So first up is the seedling station. This is in preparation for the orange tower. I just finished a 5-month run of lettuce and herbs in the orange tower, and so now it's time to start anew. So we're using the paper towel method, and I've got tons of stuff. Kale, lettuce. I even did some squash, but now I'm rethinking that just because they're so susceptible to diseases. I've got some tarragon, some green onions, and some chives. And then again, this doesn't require any additional humidity because I obviously leave the humidity dome on. But since most of the seeds have sprouted, I crack the lid just to introduce some oxygen. Otherwise, your seedlings are just gonna die from lack of oxygen. I also haven't vacuumed yet. I did a tomato pruning this morning, just to try to, in an emergency effort to bring the humidity down. Squash will find a great spot outside after chitting seeds. So yeah, the squash is pretty far along. So yeah, we'll see. Look at all the parsley, you guys. It's coming back. I've been harvesting every single day, and just continue getting more is awesome. We've got our celosia that are finally flowering. These are kind of filler flowers for flower arrangements and whatever. And I grow flowers outside, so it's kind of like A and B testing, you know? These are zinnia flowers, but they're not in great shape because they're not on the right nutrients right now. And I just thought, you know, I'd experiment and grow them in the tower. Our mustard leaf is thriving now ever since I put it in the yellow tower. This was in the orange tower, but you know, as long as your plants are healthy, especially herbs, if your herbs are healthy, still producing, there's no reason why you should throw them out. Clean them up, clean up the bad leaves, and keep the plant because it'll keep producing for you. So I took the healthy herb plants and I just moved them to another tower. So I've got like so much freaking sage here, and it is beautiful, beautiful sage. Again, this parsley is so freaking good. I think I'm ready to have a salad soon, a tabbouleh salad. And yeah, we've got more zinnias here. They're all growing like crazy, except I'm not a fan of the quality, and it could be the nutrients. We're gonna up the nutrients and see if it does anything for these, but or maybe move them to the buckets now that we've got space. The problem is that zinnia plants are susceptible to the same diseases as cucumber, squash, tomato, all that stuff, so I want to be careful. If you plant them too close together, you could have problems. The green tower was looking a little, been working on harvesting the outer leaves. I had a watering issue, so the edges were kind of getting a little brown, but a lot of new growth and everything doing really well now. Some of it is bolting because of the high humidity levels, but again, now that we have a dehumidifier on the way, it's going to be much easier to create a really good environment for both veggies and the lettuce, because lettuce is a cool weather crop. I'm struggling, but I really am confident that if I reduce the humidity, it'll prolong the bolting of the lettuce, which is a challenge I've had. And for those of you that don't know, bolting looks like this. It's when your lettuce, the temperatures fluctuate too much, and it kind of like sends a message to the lettuce to go to flower because it's like in shock. So here it just shoots up when it should be growing like, well, this one bolted as well, but should be growing kind of more in a cluster like this versus upward like that. So we'll see. Oh, really? Parsley high oxalate acid? I didn't know that. I know that like kale or spinach or stuff like that is really high in oxalates, but I didn't know about parsley. Interesting. So it oxalates, that's what gives you stones, right? You got to be careful with that. I know people that eat spinach like crazy, and I try to limit it. Same with kale. All right, bucket time. So these are my Dutch bucket systems for those of you that haven't seen it yet. Good morning, Les. Happy Sunday. So bucket system number 1, bucket system number 2. We just had to get rid of some stuff here, but we have, first I'll show you guys the tomatoes. These guys make me lose sleep every night because of the high humidity. I'm so worried about them. I harvested, okay, so I've really been trying to perfect the flavor of my tomatoes, because now that I know what they need, and now that I know just how to get them to grow, about the environment and about the nutrients, now it's about, let's make these the best frickin' tasting tomatoes they can be. So it's about, you know, playing around with the nutrients, rebalancing it, and even the environment has a fact. At the beginning of this run, I had my lights too low, and they took a really long time to ripen, and they were tart. They weren't, like, the flavor was okay, but they were more on the sour side. Now that the lights are up at 500 ppfd, they're ripening at a great rate, and I harvest them at the perfect time, and they're so sweet. Yesterday I had some in a salad and I was so impressed with myself. Even the pepper, you know, that big yellow bell pepper, I ate it last night and I swear it was like having candy in my salad. It was just, I'm really proud of myself. It was remarkable. What's up, Palmetto? Wickershire says, Nat, is the dehumidifier working yet? We got any water? No water, Wickershire. That's why I had a rough night's sleep. I was so worried about my plants, so I cranked the AC for now to suck some of the moisture out of the air. And right after this live, in about 45 minutes, I'm gonna go stop by a friend's house who lives down the street. She's got a dehumidifier that she does not use, brand new. And so I'm gonna go pick that up and plug her in. And tomorrow when I hop on a live, you guys are gonna see me with a brand new shiny dehumidifier. Well, it's used, but you know, new used. So that's going to be a game changer, not only for just the environment overall, but for the lettuce, for the strawberries. Speaking of which, I harvested all of the ripe ones this morning, even though they're not really edible because they're way too soft. They smell incredible. My groat smells like strawberries and cream. Like I can't get over it. But oh my gosh, it's incredible, you guys. Incredible. So I can't wait till I get the environment right, because those strawberries are gonna be freaking good. And I harvested them. They're really soft, but I didn't throw them out because maybe I can make some kind of like jam or like some strawberry jelly or something to top on some kind of dish, you know? So I don't know yet. Or I can even use them for like a strawberry vinaigrette for a salad dressing. I really don't want to waste them, so we'll see. Good morning or good afternoon, squad. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining. Your first dehumidifier. One person's trash is another person's trash. LOL. It's actually not my first. When I first moved out, my first apartment on my own, it was a basement apartment, and it was so freaking humid. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I bought a used dehumidifier. I don't know what it is about the dehumidifiers. I never seem to go buy a new one. I always go for used. Because it's just such a basic unit that as long as it's clean, who freaking cares where you got it from? You know what I mean? All right, let's keep it going. So, tomatoes. A lot of clusters. All these ripe ones I'm going to be actually harvesting and bringing them to my friend who is lending me her dehumidifier. So, yeah, that way she gets a little treat, you know? I don't have a lot, but I harvested some yesterday. So no death. I did not get the dehumidifier working. Something's wrong with it. I had it on for over like 12 hours and it did not get any water, which is impossible. Like 70 degree humidity is insane. So yeah, it doesn't work, but we're getting a new one in about an hour or so. So right on. All right. Moving on. So these are the tomatoes from the other side. They're flowering like crazy. What's up, Frog Sprog? Thank you for being here. So I gave them a pruning. It's probably not enough, but we'll continue. So I've got some here, some new ones there. We've got a lot of new growth. Every time I lift up some leaves, I'm finding more tomatoes. So I've got quite the abundance coming, you guys. I got some back there, over here, some nice clusters over here, and I've already been harvesting. I have tomatoes in my salad, so I'm hopeful that this is just nutrients, which I think it is. I've walked by these so much I've probably killed them, but oh, you think the Freon pooled out? Actually, maybe, because Freon, I think, is like, well, it's a gas, right? I thought it was a liquid, and when I cleaned the dehumidifier, it was all like, had like green, blue shit, so I thought that that was the Freon, so maybe you're right. I opened up the whole thing. I took it all apart. I don't see anything blocked. So I don't know. We'll see. I literally took apart everything. So yeah, those are the tomatoes. Then down the line, I have the strawberries. So if I stand here now, it's much cooler. So every strawberry that I've had growing, unfortunately, is not good. They are very soft. So this one is actually hard. It's not ripe yet, but they're not soft anymore. Oh my gosh, so maybe I got it. So strawberries, so just to backtrack, I'm growing so many different varieties in these buckets, it's difficult to accommodate everything's needs. You've got strawberries which like temperatures no higher than 22 degrees Celsius, but you've also got watermelons that like it really hot, 75 to 78 degrees, well, Fahrenheit, but you know what I mean, like 30 something degrees. So I added a fan right here, just kind of angled to the strawberry plant to help cool it down. Also, it used to be in that bucket over there, which is more on the center of the grow. So I thought maybe if I move them to the outside of the grow, not directly under the center of the lights, it's less hot here and maybe just might be a better spot for the berries. So I think it might be working, and if it is, I can't freaking wait, you guys. But those are, yeah, they look great. I have to still play around with the watering and the nutrients. We do have a bit of a nutrient deficiency, and I do have to get back on top of pollinating. I have dropped the ball the last week because I've been on damage control. Oh no, we've got some decomposing berries down here that I have not harvested. All right, that's gonna be on the to-do for today. But as you can see, are right here. There's so many of them and it's so bushy, I forgot. But that's okay. I'm just gonna catch up on the chat here for a sec. What's up, Jack Ashes? Depending on how Freon flows, cold to hot or hot to cold, it goes from gas to liquid or back. Okay, so it's probably liquid that leaked. What color is it? I think it's like blue, right? Blue or green or something. God says, I was furious this morning. I woke up and my one lettuce the animals didn't attack was attacked. No! I even tried to put something. No! Oh, man. A moment of silence for the lettuce. I'm sorry, Death Squad. That really freaking sucks. I feel for you because I just went through it. So I feel for you so bad. My cousin lost 12 corn plants due to an animal. All those ears off corn. That sucks. Thanks so much for being here, Jack Ashes. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having an awesome day. Your garden, your plants are fire. Everybody go head over to Jack Ash's YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Go check him out. Yes, Frog Sprog, the joy in the pain, or the pain in the joy. I've had several lettuce plants growing. They killed all of them last week, and I just had one left. Now have none. Oh no, I'm so sorry. The only thing I can tell you to make you feel better is you still have time. Lettuce is thankfully a cool weather crop that if you can get your seeds started and kind of expedite their growth process, you'll be having lettuce in no time. But I'm very, very sorry, and I'm manifesting lettuce for you in your very near future. So you've got this, Death. You've got this. All right, so moving on down the line, this is my dahlia plant. It's finally got its first bud. This plant is special to me. The cultivator that I got the seeds from, this was my last seed. And so I don't know what the flower is going to be. The variety is called Can Girls. And yeah, I don't know. So we've got 2 buds. And she's going to get quite tall. They're going to be big, beautiful flowers. And so far, the plant looks looks okay. Looks okay. So yeah, and then we've got a watermelon here, Sugar Baby. It's still growing, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it does. I don't even know, like, if it's still attached to this thing here. I don't know. Looks like there's like a waxy film around it. I don't know. We'll see how that ends up developing. Chinese 5-color pepper plant is doing exceptionally well. We have all types of colors, but the red is so freaking spicy, you guys. Oh man. So yeah, they start off like a really deep purple, and then they develop through a series of colors, and they're just so beautiful. So beautiful. So yeah, I have another one back here, and it is honestly like a freaking tree. We have a little bit of a nutrient deficiency, which I'm working on getting back on track with our other peppers. So these are the two that I'm going to be repotting today, only because I want to get rid of the hydro clay. So this habanero plant is in bad shape, but we're going to get her back in shape. That's an orange habanero. And these are jalapenos. They're fruiting and they're doing great. It's just I'm really trying to get rid of the clay pebbles. I'm not happy with the clay pebbles. We've got another nutrient deficiency on my poblanos. Oh, I got to harvest that one. It's red. But soon we'll get everything back on track and get these plants thriving again. And I've got a bunch of ripe jalapenos to pick as well. So I better get my shit together. I planted too many spicy varieties, and now I'm trying my best to go through them as quickly as possible, but it is challenging. So my peppers are doing great. I'm really doing a good job at getting some larger sized peppers that actually have, you know, that grocery store appeal. And got there, and got peppers there. So these ones we took care of yesterday. We gave them a little roots. I respaced them. No new growth here yet, but I've got a new flower, and same with that one. I just harvested the peppers from these plants. So yes, Les, that is definitely in the future plans. These peppers, I also have to make sure the watering is okay because they're looking a little rough. So maybe I have to increase the watering. But these are the new peppers. So bell peppers. We've got some flowers already, and I was going to top them, but they're already splitting anyways, so screw it. It's fine. So yeah, they've got some kind of deficiency, but again, I'm working on getting the nutrients back on track. We've got flowering. I don't know what is going on with this eggplant. Super stunted. But these ones, the roots are lacking something, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Frog Sprog, I'm too late to top them. Unfortunately, I had some crazy crises in the grow tent this week, and I lost half my garden. And so I'm getting back on track with tending to my other plants, but I do have some nutrient deficiencies that I definitely need to take care of. Like, I don't know. But anyways, look at that tomato cluster over there. Holy moly. Those are just clones of the cherry tomatoes that I have back here. Same with this. They're already fruiting, which is awesome. And that's it. We had honeydew, cantaloupe, 3 varieties of cucumbers, tomatillos, and I had to get rid of them all because there was a possibility that they were compromised with a potential mildew. Now, I have an air purifier with a UV purifying mode and a HEPA filter, which is supposed to be great for mold spores or mildew. I disinfected everything. I even scrubbed all the floors in the tent. I pruned everything. I removed all the affected plants. So I've done my best to try to remove any remaining signs of this mildew. You guys know how mildew works. It's once you've got it, good luck. I've also been spraying with Pure Crop. So I don't think I have it in here. No. I've been spraying with Pure Crop, but I don't know if we're out of it yet. We'll give it a bit more time. I'm optimistic that everything will be fine and we'll get to just kind of move forward with the way things are. If that's the case, next week I've got to start a cucumber seed, 1 cucumber seed. I'm going to pick the Armenian cucumber. After reading, that is the best variety for aeroponics or hydroponics. Not the best, but it's recommended because it's a heavy yielder and they produce very abundantly, easy to pollinate. And so, again, when I started this run, because I've had powdery mildew so many freaking times, I told myself only 1 cucumber plant, only 1. You figure out how to manage it and then you can get more. And then I introduced 9 more, and then I got downy mildew and I had issues, so I had to get rid of them. So I think I was onto something when I limited myself to 1 plant. I was able to get several cucumbers, more than I've ever gotten out of that 1 plant. And so I think there's something to be said for less is more. What is that? We've got 3 varieties. I've got little finger eggplant, snowy eggplant, and black beauty eggplant. So the snowy eggplant is a white eggplant, medium sized. Black beauty is a large dark purple eggplant, and the little finger ones are like little finger size. They're really, really good. Well, I haven't tried them, but I can imagine making like plant French fries or something. The black beauty, see, the thing is I didn't label, so I don't know which is which, so we'll see. Frog, too much water in the afternoon. Do you mean that there's a certain time of day that your plants should be watered more frequently than others? Because if that's what you're suggesting, talk to me. I gotta learn, and I'm interested to hear in what you have to say. That's the whole fun of it, Wickershire. Shire says I'm hopeless. I say I'm spontaneous, because there's nothing like a good surprise. Like, I planted all these flowers, grow tent, and I didn't label them, and I was just like, whatever, man, when they bloom, it'll be a surprise and it'll be exciting. And they all bloomed, 4 different plants, and they're all the same freaking color and the exact same variety. I'm like, seriously? But I never learn. I never learn. I water mine in the morning before work. Main Dad, normally I do too if it's my outdoor plants, but when we're talking and aeroponics, the water is misted periodic throughout the day, right? So it's a little different. And the reason why you water in the morning or in the evening when it's outdoors is so that you don't burn your stuff, right? Black Beauty doing stupid successful in aeroponics. Wow, you know, I didn't even Google it. I found a wheat farm, and they have awesome seeds, and yeah, they just had like some really cool varieties, and the pictures looked cool, so I was like, right on, let's just buy these and buy that. So I didn't even search if half of this stuff, like there were a couple tomato varieties, and I didn't look up indeterminate versus determinate, and I ordered a bunch of varieties that are determinate, and I screwed myself my second run because I had so many tomato plants consuming so many resources, and I got like 1 freaking tomato. It was so embarrassing, honestly, you guys, to have a 200 square foot grow tent that can accommodate 240 plants between towers and 100 plants between the buckets. To get 1 freaking tomato is is an embarrassment. So, what it is. All right. Let me get something so that I can repot these peppers. Good morning or good afternoon, Dr. Green Thumb. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're about to repot 2 of our pepper plants. One is a jalapeno pepper plant and the other one is a habanero plant. Gosh, I'm so irritated. Nozzles, my misting nozzles keep malfunctioning. I'm actually just going to turn on the water and let it run to see if that helps. I just set it to 1 hour on. All right, so I'm gonna grab these 2 plants. So I have them in these fun purple colored net pots from Ogo that are, they're great, they're beautiful, I love them. Fortunately, they don't fit the foam collars, so I had to use clay pebbles, and I unfortunately really don't love clay pebbles. I wanna use foam collars. So I'm going to be removing this from the clay pebbles and repotting them into a net pot where the foam collar fits. Welcome to aeroponics eggplant production, blah, blah, blah. Please choose. Oh, wow. Fairy tale. I've never heard of that variety. And yes, Bernie, fried eggplant is life. So the little finger eggplants, they're like kind of like smaller than a potato wedge. So can you imagine battering those up and frying them? That'd be so good. All right, I'm gonna go get the pepper plants. Put my glasses on. All right, so few things that need to be managed. I also need to do probably a root rinse. All right, so again, I've had a lot of issues with my bucket system, so the roots are not looking good, you guys, but no wonder the habanero plant is stunted. This is the habanero plant. The roots aren't looking great. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit, get her in a better environment. And this is my jalapeno plant. I have so much debris from the fertilizer on here that I'm gonna have to clean off. So, oh shit. But here's the thing, is like now I know how to properly ensure good root health. And so, we're on the road to better root systems, you guys. It's just a bit of a learning curve. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this plant out, but we're going to see. The roots have really established themselves around the hydroclay, so I don't know how I'm going to repot this one, to be honest with you. So that just snapped. Whoops. So this is the jalapeno plant. I'm gonna get it in a little bit of a root rinse, and we're gonna harvest the jalapenos, get it in a root rinse. So I gotta make 3% hydrogen peroxide. So I've got. So I'm gonna rinse the roots in 3% hydrogen peroxide. This isn't a regular practice of mine. I usually add hydrogen peroxide in small amounts. My reservoir, this is just to clean off pretty much the mess I made on my roots. This one was easy to remove, but yeah, she definitely needs some help. This is the habanero plant. We're gonna salvage both of them. The first is just like I said, a root rinse. So I use 29% hydrogen peroxide and dilute it to 3% to do my root rinse. So 9-to-1 ratio. Guys on this side so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I've got my 3% hydrogen peroxide, and root rot comes right out, you guys. I know this looks crazy and I know this looks like I'm complicating it, but you know, if I maintain this pepper, it's going to give me fruit for a while. So I kind of want to, you know, remedy its issues so that I can continue to harvest from it. I'm going to let that soak for a minute, and then we'll do the habanero. This out of here. Well, all right, so prune your plants when it's gotten some fruit. If you notice that it's starting to look off, then yeah, so I mean, I know with traditional gardening you don't prune the roots or anything, but because root rot breaks down and creates, you know, obstructions in a system in the lines, so I try to, you know, make sure my plants are healthy so that I don't need to do that. But obviously so time to give them a hand. They're not slimy, they just have like rotted roots that are stuck on them. So like the roots themselves aren't slimy, it's just the stuff on it, but the hydrogen peroxide just takes it right off. Like the roots themselves, if you look, they're white, it's just they're like encased with, they're stained from the fertilizer. So I gotta look into maybe a new fertilizer, I don't know. So I'm gonna get it into an actual foam collar. So it's never been in a foam collar before. And I'm gonna get it into the net pot. And then I'm gonna just kind of prune the leaves a little. Again, normally this isn't something I do. I really want to prolong the life of the plant because I haven't gotten a habanero pepper yet. And it's definitely still salvageable, so I'll do anything I can to plant, you know? All right, so there it is. Better condition now. I'm gonna get it in the buckets and then we're gonna work on this one here. I think I might have to take apart all my lines today because they're definitely clogged. I can hear it. Wow, those are some really, really thick roots. Trying to get it to stick out of the net pot. But yeah, there are a lot of things that I should and will be next runs implementing to improve my root health. Because it's been a challenge. I feel like I'm trying to thread a needle. All right, there we go. This isn't even gonna fit. I have to cut this net pot. This should be a picture definition of anxiety, LOL. I'm gonna have to cut the bottom of the net pot. There goes a jalapeno pepper. All right, there we go. I fixed the problem. So Lynn, you're so right. I do put seeds in the soil. I wish I could grow outside all year round, but I live in Canada, so I'm gonna give the plants shock. Absolutely, I'm gonna give the plants shock. That's what happens when you replant. That's just whether you're planting in soil, outdoors or indoors. When you do things to plants, it usually gives them a shock, but I watch it every day and I tend to it, so they will be fine. Plants really resilient. And again, I do put seeds in the soil. I do grow outside. I live in Canada. I only really have like 2 to 3 growing months, and that's not enough. So unfortunately, I have to grow indoors. You know, if I lived somewhere warm, you're 100% right. I'm right with you. Why complicate it? You know, like why go against nature? I get you. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do, and you as a grower should probably appreciate that other people are just growing in general, because growing is growing. Doesn't matter if it's outdoor or indoor. It's just a hobby and it's a passion, you know? I live in Scotland. It's cold here too. I just preserve like humans have for thousands of years, but to each their own. Absolutely, but I'm still learning, so just, you know, be kind. Don't judge other people. Everyone's doing the best, and I'm sure you are too, which is great. And, you know, maybe I can learn a thing or two from you. So thank you for your feedback. I wish I could grow all year round. Haha, I can do lettuce year round indoors, but I don't have space for much more. No, I'm not saying you're hating at all. I'm just trying to, I feel the need to defend myself because I know it appears, the optics are, I am complicating things. Why am I doing this when God gave us the earth and soul and all that stuff? So I get it. I just feel the need to come to my defense because I know it looks ridiculous, but doing the best I can, and I'm learning every day, and you know, it is what it is, man. I know I look crazy, but that's probably why you guys watch, so whatever, man. All right. So plants have been repotted, and strong opinions are totally fine, you guys. Bring it on. I just, you know, I need people to realize that I realize how ridiculous this can look sometimes, and I hear you, man. Outdoors is sometimes the simpler way. Why complicate it? You know, I'm not a new generation of growing. I'm just a new grower, and looking for a progressive way to do it so that I can do it all year round, you know? So sorry for getting defensive, but sometimes I just feel like I need to, because like so many people are like that, you know, criticize, and I think growers should be criticized because it's such a beautiful thing to grow anything. I find the weather is too whacked now to grow outside. Yep. When it comes to hydroponic, I can do lettuce and herbs pretty well, but for veggies, much outdoors. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lim. I honestly, if you're trying to be helpful, I appreciate it. But you are so right. I hear what you are saying. You are so right. I just, I do the best I can, that's all. But thank you for being here, and thank you for being helpful. I appreciate your feedback. Maybe one of these days I'll do another live, show you guys my outdoor garden again. You know, I do appreciate the soil. I respect the soil. I really, really do. And I respect growing outdoors for sure. So I just wish I had more space to do it, because when you live in the city, it's challenging. And I just wish I lived in a better climate to be able to do it as well. And, you know, I mean, growing indoors presents its own challenges, but outdoors, man, I'm having my own struggles out there right now with pests and all kinds of stuff. And I really try not to spray anything on my plants, outdoor or indoors. So that's a tough one too. But thanks for being here, and I'm sorry for getting defensive. Sometimes I just, you know, I feel the need to explain again, like I said, because I'm very self-aware, and I realize this is ridiculous. All the root rinse and all that crap. I know I'm doing too much, and I know I'm going to shock the plant, but I have faith that they will be okay. Lim, I jumped all over here. My first line of text, what is this evil and tech? I just watched to pick on her and make her life miserable. You know what, the Wickershire? I have a good sense of humor, so I love it. It's awesome. And again, you guys, I'm all for constructive criticism. Really, I am. I don't get offended at all. It's just, like I said, realize how much I overcomplicate things, and I feel the need to like explain myself, to tell people like, guys, I know this is crazy. I know, but I've got to do it because I messed up early on, and I'm just trying to fix it. And so it's all about perseverance, you know. Death Squad says, I respect it. I've seen Reddit posts of people growing huge tomato plants in tents and studio apartments. Yes, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. Absolutely. And like Lim said, to each their own. That's the main point of it all. But honestly, I appreciate all you guys for being here and for being kind while I do stupid shit to my plants. But honestly, I'm just trying to save them at this point. And so I'll do anything it takes. They'll be okay though. For example, the other ones, yeah, I gave them a root rinse, and actually they're looking great today. So maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I'm crazy. Once you figure this shit out, I'll buy the book. All right. I'll make sure you get a signed copy. All right. So I think that's enough for today. I already did enough ridiculous shit for today. I actually should go harvest. I'm going to go harvest those jalapeno peppers, and you guys are going to come with me. Where are my glasses? Oh, I don't have, actually, you know what? I gotta go get something to put them on. I don't have a plate. But, yeah, guys, so what else can I do? I think that's it for today. I'm gonna go pick up the dehumidifier. I'm gonna take apart my lines probably later this afternoon. I've got to get that resolved. See, that's the challenge with aeroponics, unfortunately. But I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And, you know, thanks for bearing through the painful to watch stuff, like giving my nasty roots a root rinse in hydrogen peroxide and shocking the crap out of them. I appreciate you guys. So it's all a part of the learning experience. And even if I'm screwing it up, at least I'm having fun, and you guys get to watch. So I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. And no, Nat can fluster and cry. We haven't seen the river of eyeliner yet. So yes, exactly. I mean, you guys, I feel like guys know me by now. I've probably already cried on a live. I've gotten defensive on a live, but I definitely don't, I don't get angry. Well, we dead can't feed each other tomorrow. That is insightful, Sprague. Not sure what you mean, but thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You're not gonna want to miss it. I'm gonna do some more stupid shit. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. Thank you so much.